Well, stocks selling off for more trade war fears after China says it may retaliate to President Trump's $50 billion tariff announcement yesterday. Now, China says it is considering its own tariffs on $3 billion worth of U.S. goods, such as pork, apples, steel pipes, just to name a few. A major bone of contention, of course, is China's theft of U.S. intellectual property. The Intellectual Property Commission estimates that the economic costs from counterfeit goods, pirated software, and the theft of trade secrets by China could be as high as $600 billion a year. It's hard to get your head around. Joining us now is Admiral Dennis Blair. He's co-chair of the IP Commission and former U.S. Director of National Intelligence. Admiral, thank you very much for joining us. You know, China joined the WTO, the World Trade Organization, in 2001, and many in the United States would say they've been getting away with murder ever since. Would you agree?
I would say that they have taken full advantage of the implied obligations in the World Trade Organization set up to basically advantage their own companies and their own economy at the expense of others.
Now, President Trump announced $50–60 billion worth of tariffs as an opening salvo. We hear back from China, they come back with $3 billion. To me, that seems a little muted. They could have said, fine, we're going to go after $80 billion worth of U.S. imports into this country. They didn't. Does that suggest, and what you know about the Chinese, does that suggest that they may negotiate?
I think I'd rather look at the nature of these tariffs than at total numbers. What the United States will sanction will be those products that have benefited from stolen intellectual property that are then being exported back into the United States. If China reciprocates by sanctioning U.S. companies that have stolen Chinese intellectual property and try to sell it back into China, I think that's fine.
Does China come up with anything itself? I'm not being facetious, but well, I guess I am. But they really do steal other people's ideas and then use those ideas to build their products and then sell them back to us. How big a problem is it? $600 billion a year at one estimate. That's huge.
Right. And let me just give you some examples to put some reality behind that, Ashley. There's a small company in Walla Walla, Washington, the Nelson Irrigation Sprinkler Company. They build these sprinkler heads that go on big irrigation systems. A Chinese company stole their proprietary designs, built them in their own companies overseas, and they're now selling them back into the American market over the internet using titles like Chinese Nelson. I mean, that's terrible. We shouldn't do that. Or look at Cambria, company that up in Minnesota that using as a proprietary process to build countertops, tiles, things like that. Chinese company illegally stole their formula, their technology to do this, and now they got a contract with Home Depot to undercut Cambria for the same product. That's what we're talking about.
It's outrageous.
Tariffs against. Yeah,
it's outrageous, but it's been going on for a long time. We've known about it. Why haven't we been able to stop it? And is threatening these tariffs really going to stop them from stealing that information?
I think that what we thought in the past, conventional wisdom was that these are growing pains of a young, developing economy. Once they become mature, China will change its ways. Well, they're the second largest economy in the world now, and they haven't changed their ways. In fact, they've increased their sophistication. So I think we've realized that this is not just an adolescent phase of a growing economy the way it has been in many places. This is adult calculated behavior and has to be dealt with adult calculated penalties. And I think we face Chinese companies with a choice here, Ashley. Either you steal our property or you can use our market. You can't do both. And I think a lot of Chinese companies will make the right choice.
Right. As I speak to the Admiral, we're now at session lows, down 306 points on the Dow. One last question for you, Admiral. The president essentially saying, look, I'm holding my nose as I sign this spending bill, but he does it because he wants the military to get the spending and the money it needs. Would you agree with him that that money is desperately needed for the military?
Yes. We need to get away from these stopgap funding measures which allow no new initiatives, which take huge amounts of overhead to try to manage, and get into a reliable funding for our national defense that can enable us to be efficient and effective.
All right, we'll have to leave it right there. Admiral Dennis Blair, great to speak to you. Thank you very much.